Hello again, and welcome back to another live at 5:55. Today, we are going to be talking all about health, the fifth dimension, and what you need to know right now based on the energy on this planet. So I've got another epic live video planned for all of you today. So much information to get through, especially if you or a loved one is suffering from physical health issues. This is a video that should not be missed. So, hey everyone, and let's see. Who do we have here? Oh no, did this just flip? Am I flipped, everyone? 1 second. Let's see if I can. Okay, am I the right way? Or am I flipped on Facebook? I can see everyone on YouTube. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Let's see. Am I the right way? Yes. Okay, I think so. All right. So I've got the comments that are just kind of flipped for me on Facebook, but that's okay. I might have to be tilting my head a little bit, which is fine. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Hello, everyone. Really great video. Just be aware that I've got Facebook up here and I've got YouTube down here. So I'm going to be flipping my viewpoint back and forth throughout today's video. That's totally okay. I mean, this allows me to reach more people. So hello. Hi, Grizzly Whisker and Catherine. And who else do we have here? We've got Arif, Lauren, awesome, Monique, hi. Okay, so I'll overview what we're going to be talking about today. So much awesome, interesting stuff. So once again, chronic health. I myself have been through some major health issues, so I'm going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about health and spirituality. What do you need to know to take full control over your physical body? So not only am I going to be explaining how energy and vibration affect our physical body, but I'm actually going to be giving some tangible solutions to health issues and complications. So once again, if you or a loved one is suffering, then please definitely let me know. So I am flipped. Am I flipped on Facebook here? Okay, the Facebook video is flipped. Let's see if I can flip it back. 1 second, guys. Some technical issues. Oh, no, that's flipped the other way. Okay, well, just 1 second, everyone. Let's see if I can reload the Facebook Live. So 1 second, YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging in there. 1 sec, everyone. Talk about technical issues, right? Okay, let's delete that. And just 1 second. Okay. All right, I think this should work. Sorry, YouTube. Thanks for hanging in there. All right. Okay, we are back. We're back on both. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Once again, like I was mentioning, we're going to be talking about health in the fifth dimension. So we're going to be talking about some chronic health issues. We're going to be talking about aches and pains. And once again, just like I was mentioning, we are going to be, or I am going to be giving you some tangible solutions for some health issues and complications. This is some stuff that I've gone through. I help my clients all the time with health issues as well. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm also going to be talking about how to release energy appropriately. As you and I both know, you cannot ascend yourself to the 5th dimension without clearing and releasing any and all 3rd dimensional blocks. And I'm going to be teaching you all how to do that. Just a reminder, I will be flipping my viewpoint back and forth. I've got Facebook up here and I've got YouTube down here. So thank you all so much. And thank you, YouTube, for hanging in there through some technical issues talking about health complications. Okay, what else? I also want to explain neutrality. I had a huge download, a huge breakthrough happen to me this past week, and I'm so excited to talk to all of you about it. I mean, as I learn, I teach, right? So, I mean, all of you are learning as I'm learning and downloading new things. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about neutrality and why it's actually a really bad thing. So we'll be talking about that. And basically, I'm going against Buddhist and monk teachings, but you'll absolutely understand when I explain it. Okay, great. Okay, and then I am so compelled, I feel so compelled to channel a Palladian being who is, I don't want to say stuck or trapped, but who is inside a crystal that I just bought this past week. I was drawn to this crystal shop. I went there and I just had to get and purchase this crystal. Now, first of all, this is the biggest crystal I have literally ever had in my life. So I'm in love with it. But also, right immediately when I picked this crystal up, I felt that there was a soul that was inside of this crystal. And of course, I mean, it's crystalline energy, it's 8th dimensional vibration. And so it actually has a Palladian being in this crystal. It's a Palladian male, and he's in this crystal. And I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. Does he want to stay in the crystal? Does he have a message for you all? So I really felt compelled to channel the being who's actually inside this crystal. I'll be talking about crystals and Palladians and energies. And we'll just kind of see what the being has to say. Like I know he wants to communicate, and I figured what better chance to communicate to this beautiful group of conscious individuals. So I'm going to be channeling that Palladian crystal. This is heavy, by the way. I mean, like, I'm getting a workout. I'll be channeling that being at the end. And then I'm also going to be choosing 2, not just 1, but 2 winners for this weekend's webinar, which is all about manifestation in the 5th dimension. So you definitely don't want to miss out, especially if you have reviewed me on Google or Facebook. Your name is in here. Over 250 names, I think, are in here. So YouTube, if you haven't already reviewed me on Facebook or Google, please do that now, or do that after the live video, and I will put your name in here. I also want to mention that Facebook just put out recommendations, which is kind of so silly. Like, I mean, all of these things are so silly, but if you want to recommend me, you get a double chance at being in this and getting your name pulled for a free webinar ticket. So keep that in mind. And then I think that's about it. Okay, awesome. I'm going to be also going through some announcements, of course, at the beginning, and then we're going to get to health and spirituality and talk about all of that great stuff. Okay, so the first thing is I do have a manifestation webinar happening this Sunday. It's going to be amazing. It's just $44 Canadian for a ticket. I still have spots left. So you can sign up right now off of my website under the book or schedule option. You'll see the ticket right there, and then you'll be added. So keep that in mind. Other than that, next week's live video, I have to just say it's going to be one of the most personal live videos I've ever done before in my life. And also, I mean, it's going to be really epic. So definitely do not miss out on next week's live video. Hi, everyone from YouTube. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Kim. Hi, Erica. And hi, everyone on Facebook. Hi, Mary. Hi, Joanne. Okay, great. And then, of course, like, I'm doing an online school. I mean, I have been so busy, and this is where all of my time has gone to. I am seriously taking all the information that I share and give my clients, and I'm putting it into a course. It's an 8-week-long course. It's going to include guided meditations. It's going to include quizzes. It's going to include every week is you're expanding your consciousness. The point of it is to take all of you from the 3rd dimension and put you into the 5th dimension, which means limitless and infinite possibilities in the 5th dimension. So please keep that in mind. I really don't have a timeline for when to release this course. It's going to be $3,000. So please keep that in mind if you are kind of saving for something. I'm hoping that November 1st, it's going to be released. This content is so vital, and it literally brings me so much joy every time I develop this course, because it is so powerful. So hang in there for that. That's pretty much all of my announcements today, short and sweet. First thing I want to mention and ask all of you is, what's your name and where are you from? I love the internet. It's a love-hate relationship, but I love it because I can reach people from all over the world. So please let me know, where in the world are you from? I see one of my clients, Kate, just logged in on Facebook. I know you're in either Hong Kong or Korea right now. So hi, Kate, and hi, everyone else. Where else? We've got Kim from Ohio. Hi, Kim. Kent from Detroit. Awesome. I love all of my American fans. Eddie, hi, alien sister. I love that. Okay, Scotland, Glasgow. That's awesome. What else? Michigan. What else? We've got Korea. We've got BC, Canada. Hi, from Hamilton, Justin. Great. Whitby, Ontario. Fantastic. Some of my home people over there. I actually wanted to mention that I actually just got approved for a 3-year visa to be working in the States. So I've moved my ass from Toronto, and now I am currently in California, and I can officially say that, which is fantastic. So hey, everyone. Hey, the rest of the world, from California. It's fantastic, sunny days every day here. So I'm really loving the vibes of Cali. So, okay, great. I also wanted to mention a really cool experience happened to me over this weekend. I went to San Diego, and the vibes there are so awesome. So shout out to anyone from San Diego. And literally, there is this. There was this painting, like this random painting that was just chilling on the side of the street in San Diego. And, I kind of checked in with myself and my guides and said, is that painting for me? And I got a huge yes. And I really wanted to show this painting off to all of you because it blew my mind, and hopefully your mind will be blown as well. Oh, hi, Bryden from Mumbai. That's awesome. Hi, Laura from North Cali. Awesome. Fantastic, everyone. All right, check out this painting. Like, it really excited me. Maybe I just get really excited, but let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, check it out. I mean, this painting right here was chilling at the side of the street. And there wasn't anyone around. It didn't have like a price tag on it, but like, it's an alien. It's a blue alien. I consider myself a blue alien. I literally look like this, except for without this thing. I don't know what this is, but I literally look like this. And then it's kind of painted like a stained glass window in a church, which is crazy. And he's wearing a priest outfit. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. I'm shocked. I feel like it's a gift from the universe. I was free, which is crazy because I would have actually paid good money for this. And there's no artist name at all on it. Once again, I found it in San Diego, California. If anyone knows the artist, oh my goodness, please, please, please tell me who painted this. Other than that, thank you to the universe and this artist for literally setting the intention that the right person was going to find this painting, because this is incredible. And I truly believe that, aliens are real. If you haven't seen any of my other stuff. And so I really had to share that painting with you, as well as the crystal, because like, talk about just attracting what you need and divine intervention. So yeah, okay. Anyway, let's move on. I also wanted to ask all of you in one word, how has your last month been? Okay, because for me, the last month has been overwhelming, chaotic, full of light, full of downloads. I swear I've been like just going through all of my own personal stuff. I think I mentioned in a video before, I was getting very triggered and very frustrated. And then like it all kind of bottled up like a volcano. And then I just released all of this stuff from childhood and past lifetimes. And yeah, I don't know, it was pretty intense. So in one word, how has your past month been? Let's see, emotional. We're getting some emotional, tired, exhausting, challenging. Okay. A ton of symptoms and channeling messages. Awesome. Okay. Releasing, lethargic. Awesome. What else? Boundaries, overwhelming. Wow. Everyone's been in the same place. And I just want to put it out there. If you resonate with someone's comments on this live video, reach out to them. We are all in desperate need to find our cosmic star family and our tribe. So if you really resonate with someone, reach out and maybe they can be your tribe. So I have friends now all over the world based on my clients, which is so beautiful, incredible. So just know that space and time doesn't really restrict us anymore. Okay, good. What else? Okay, good. I also wanted to say big shout out to all of my top fans on Facebook. I've got Misty, Christine, you guys are top fans. Joshua, you guys are all top fans. Thank you all so much for participating in comments, in posts, in live videos. Really appreciate that. So thanks to all of my top fans. I think I have 3 new ones this week as well. So all you have to do to be a top fan is just participate more. That's all, join this collective of a star family. Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about health and spirituality. I'm going to briefly go over my own personal experiences. I don't really tell this story often, so most of you probably haven't heard of it. And so basically when I was 18, I went through a really bad breakup, like very emotional, like you're young and whatever. So I went through a really bad breakup, and there was a lot of energy, a lot of projection, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression. And I ended up getting really, really sick. And what I ended up getting sick with was an autoimmune disease called lupus. So some of you may know what this is, others probably not if you've never really experienced it. Lupus has a wide variety of symptoms. What was happening to me was, everything was swollen, everything was inflamed, everything was painful. I was 18, I was very athletic. I had no idea why this was all happening to me. I was in and out of the hospital. I had Raynaud's disease, which means that I lost circulation and feeling in my fingers and toes. All of these symptoms were happening to me. And I ended up getting blood tests, and it came back positive for this ANA, test, I guess, which meant that I had this autoimmune disease, and all the red flags were there. So the specialist told me that it was very young for me to get diagnosed, but he said that there was, I think, about a 20% chance or a 30% chance that I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life within the next 5 years based on the symptoms that I had. Here I am 5 years later, or 6 years later, and I'm doing actually really great. But it was scary, right? The Western medical doctors are testing you and telling you that you're not going to be able to move your body because of what's happening in this disease. And so I didn't really know what to do or where to go. I was like, obviously this made me even more depressed after that breakup. And then I ended up going to a psychic. It was just a lady that I met through my work. And I worked at a coffee shop at that time. And so I met her, and she was a psychic and card reader. And she told me that I actually let this disease in. So she said it was always within my genetics, and it came down through my father's line on the female side. She said I always had this in my genetics or my genes, but she told me that because my vibration was lowered to such an extent, I actually allowed this disease to come out in my body. And so that being said, that's all I needed to hear. All I needed to hear was that I let this thing in and that it had no power and no control over my life. So it took me about 6 months, 5 or 6 months, to heal myself. And what I did was I went into meditation. I went into inner child work. I did a 10-day meditation retreat, which, was a huge breakthrough for my life. And I worked on myself, I said, screw it to the rest of the world. And I was with me. And 6 months later, I get a blood test, and the specialist tells me that I no longer have lupus. And, you know, I remember sitting there in the chair and thinking, what do you mean? What do you mean I no longer have lupus? Like, you know, it wasn't really my intention to just like get rid of it. I had no idea that was even possible. But I asked him, I said, do I need another blood test? He's like, no. Like, he's like, I don't know what to tell you, but your tests all came back negative. Like, you're fine. And so since that moment in my life, basically, you know, that was my huge awakening process. And I realized that anything is possible, whether you are suffering from arthritis, if you're suffering from, you know, indigestion, if you're suffering from chronic pain across your body, if you're suffering from MS, whatever it is that you're suffering from or your family is suffering from or your friends, it's something that we can absolutely get rid of with our vibration, with our energy. And I'm going to be teaching all of you today how to release these health issues with our intention and vibration and energy. I did it myself. I had to go back in there, you know, discover how I did that. And now I'm here to teach all of you. So, okay, so that's fantastic. I do want to mention as well that everything physically, and I truly believe this, you can take it or leave it, everything physically starts from the non-physical first and foremost, okay? It's by suppressing and hanging on to energy where we build these things up and they become issues in our body later on. I also believe, some people do and some people don't, but I do truly believe that cancer is also created energetically, not physically, okay? I also want to mention just recently, the past couple of weeks, I had a client. She came to see me about a month ago, brand new client. She didn't really know what to expect. She was like, I've never been to a psychic before. I love those kind of people. I don't even consider myself a psychic, but an awakening coach or whatever. And so I read her energy and I said, oh, like I see this purple energy sitting right here in the back of your head. You know, I said, it's very clear that there's a past lifetime that's stuck there. And she looks at me and she's like, okay. She's like, you know, I've been really suffering and really struggling with headaches within the past, you know, what did she say? 3 months, 4 months? She said the migraines, the headaches are so bad that I can't think straight, I can't eat properly, I can't function. And so I said, okay, well, it's purple energy. It's got to be a past lifetime. Let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on. So I went into this past lifetime. It was sitting right here at the back of her head. And turns out she opened, I think the past lifetime when she opened her third eye, she realized all of these universal truths. She was able to download and channel and, you know, tap into her telepathy and all that great stuff. And her husband, no, it wasn't her husband. It was 3 men who were really angry that she was empowering all of their women, right? So and his husbands, really, because she was kind of ruffling the feathers of society by giving this truth and information. And so they wanted her out, and they tried to kick her out, and she wouldn't budge. And she probably should have taken that as a sign. But so she stayed, and they ended up basically like ganging up on her. And they took this blunt object, it was like some sort of piece of wood, and they hit her at the back of the head. And I think she ended up dying that way. Now, coming back to this lifetime, having the headaches, the reason why she got the headaches was because every single time she tried to open and expand her third eye, every time she tried to awaken herself, the headaches came. And what I channeled was that it was kind of like a firewall. It was a safety mechanism. She was so fearful and so worried that by her expanding her consciousness, it was going to elicit some sort of attack or some sort of basically persecution, that every time she opened her third eye, she would shut it down by having these headaches so that she couldn't channel or she couldn't expand any further. It was a firewall. It was a safety mechanism that was sitting in her body since, like, I don't know, the 12th century, like a long, long time ago. The reason why I'm bringing up this very recent example, okay, and then just so to finish the story off, Since we had the channeling session, she has not had another headache / migraine since, right? I mean, the reason why I bring this up is because energetically, there are so many things that happen to us all the time that we don't realize are actually coming from past lifetimes. So one of the things that I want to talk about is digging deep, is really uncovering where that energy block is coming from. Once again, don't think about your physical issues or imbalances as physical issues and imbalances, as the Western medical society would have us believe. It's coming from energy. It's not coming from your physical body. Our physical bodies are always divine and pure. And then, we bring in all of the karma and energetic baggage that kind of bring us down. So keep that in mind, everyone. And I really needed to, explain that story to you. And then what else did I want to mention? Okay, yes. Okay, so I really want to talk about being an old soul and having physical issues. Guaranteed, like 90% of you watching right now, probably 99%, you're all old souls. You're all either starseed beings or, you're just old souls. You've been here for a while. And old souls in particular typically have more health complications. Now, based on the fact that we bring past life issues with us, if you're an old soul and you've lived a lot of lifetimes, well, what are you doing? You're bringing all of these health issues and complications and unresolved karma. You're bringing that with you to this lifetime so that we can resolve it, so that we can complete it. So if you're an old soul, most likely you've got more issues than most people, right? That's why bringing up health and the fifth dimension and spirituality is so important, because you all probably have some sort of health issue, or you've overcome some sort of health issue in your life. So that's really important. And then what else did I want to mention? Okay, so when old souls have health complications, it's usually coming from two different areas. One half of health complications is coming from the fact that you've had a past lifetime, you've lived that past life, and there's something from that that's coming into the present moment, right? So that's one half of you're an old soul, you have health complications. What was the other half? Right, okay. And then the other half of the reason why you're an old soul and you have health complications is because you're ungrounded. And this is what I was. Not only did I lower my vibration, but I was very ungrounded. I was like, screw this. I don't want to be human. I don't want to be here. It's too difficult. I don't know what it is to be human. And that was definitely my starseed energy coming out. And so I left my body and I was out of my body. And what happens when we take our consciousness out of our body is that the ego still goes. I mean, we're on autopilot, but nothing is fueling the body from within. Food won't cut it. Exercise won't cut it. It's the consciousness. It's the soul. It's being grounded in our physical body that fuels it. So either you're an old soul and you're just out of your body because you're kind of like escaping this physical reality, or you're an old soul, you're in your body, but you've lived so many lifetimes on this planet that you're taking a lot of old garbage and baggage with you, right? So it's either really one or the other. That's where it's coming from. The most important thing is, in order to understand where your health complications are coming from, or the best thing to overcome health complications is to understand where they are coming from. Right? So the more you know where your health issues are coming from, the easier it is to overcome it. So just kind of being aware of that. And let's see. Okay, so I want to ask all of you right now, right here, what has been your biggest health struggle within this lifetime? What has been your biggest health issue within this lifetime? Please comment below. Let me know. And if you have a friend or family member or this information is resonating with you, please don't hesitate to click that thumbs up and let me know that I'm on track with this information. So let me know. Okay, so we've got back. Your back has been a major health complication. Okay, poor immune system, definitely. Autoimmune disease is definitely a clear sign of health issues. Okay, what else do we have here? Adrenal crashes and anxiety, yes, makes sense. Lower back pain, feeling depressed, yeah. Weight, absolutely. Acne, yeah, release. Abdominal pain, what do we have here on the YouTube? Overweight, cramps, yeah. Suffering from migraines and anxiety, oh my goodness, absolutely. major back pain, okay, losing your eyesight, yeah, type 1 diabetes, okay, okay, smoking in Kellogg's cornflakes, funny, okay, shoulder, okay, yeah, so we're getting a lot of physical pains and aches. We're getting a lot of immune system things, anxiety, depression, mental illnesses as well. Okay, addiction, back, okay, knee pain. Wow. Okay. And the funny thing is that the doctors can never find, can never find the answers to this. And I was having major lower abdominal pains this past year. And I went for a bunch of tests and studies in and out of the hospital. No one could find anything. Of course, the second I left my romantic relationship that wasn't serving me, the pains went away. Of course, the second we listen to our bodies, and this is the most important thing, everyone. And Era, if you just said, "Wow, I'm a lucky bugger," and I want all of you to think about this. Read the rest of the comments and understand that there are so many people out there who are suffering, and there's so many people who are suffering more or in different ways, right? There's really no more or less, but people are suffering all over and they have no idea why, and Western medicine just can't cut it. And I just want to mention one of the biggest things that we all have to keep in mind, okay, with regards to health complications, your body is speaking to you. I cannot express this enough. When there is an ache in your shoulder, your body is speaking to you. And I want to mention that the right side of our body and the left side of our body have very different energy. The right side of our body is all about the divine masculine. It's about attachment and ego and structure and analysis and all of that stuff. It's this right here. Right here. The left side of our body is all about the divine feminine. It's about giving back to ourselves. It's about receiving. It's about being in divine flow. It's about understanding our emotions. So right now, I want to ask all of you, especially the ones with aches and pains, do you have most of your health complications on the right side of your body? And if it's headaches, on the right or the left side? Where do you have most of your health complications? On the right side of your body or the left side of your body? And then I want you to all ask yourselves, just internally, what is it about my divine masculine or my divine feminine that I am too attached to, that I am, not working with enough? So once we start to narrow it down, okay, it's always been the left shoulder. Oh, and the shoulder is all about support, right? So how are you not supporting yourself, in a masculine or feminine way? Okay, great. So the right side, the right side, the right side. Wow, we've got a lot of rights here on YouTube. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Eardrum. Yeah. Humming or ringing. Okay. We've got a lot of right sides on here. Left shoulder, left side. Okay. Wow. So once again, ask yourselves, where is the imbalance coming from? Okay. Deep down, there is an imbalance energetically. And then when we're not listening to that energetic imbalance, it shows up in our physical bodies. Okay, so please be aware that the right side is masculine, the left side is feminine. There is a reason why, there is pains and aches and issues in the right and the left side. And hopefully that kind of clues into some of you, oh, that's what it is. That's why I'm not honoring my divine feminine by feeling my emotions, right? Or I'm too attached to my masculinity and, I'm not ready to be in flow or what have you. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, good. So I really recommend that all of you either pull up a Word document, get your notes on your phone, okay? Because there is some solutions that I have for your health complications that are going to help you release. Okay, so write these notes down. Super, super important that you write this information down for you, for your family members, for anyone you know who's physically suffering. Okay, so these are health solutions. The first part, I'm going to go through energetic health solutions. Once again, you always need to look at the energy first. You have a sore throat, you've got aches in the back of your neck. Guess what? You're not speaking your truth. There's something that you're not saying, right? There's a reason behind every single thing that we feel at a physical level. And by just tapping into your own body, you can come to a lot of conclusions about some of these imbalances. So please be aware of this. Okay, so health solutions. First one that I wrote down here is inner child work, okay? What tends to happen is that if this energy is not coming from past lifetimes, what's happening is that it's actually coming from childhood. We are the most vulnerable, we're the most innocent, and we are the most intuitive, and we are the most affected when we are in childhood. So if you're a little boy or a little girl and you're like, I just want to have fun and I want to go out with my friends, and your parents are like, nope, not allowed to do that, not allowed to do this, you have to stay in, you can't communicate yourself, we don't really care if you're crying. Well, what kind of damage and what kind of effects is that kind of energy coming from your parents going to have on you in your adulthood? Right? So it's really important to understand that some of these long-term things, especially when it comes down to cysts, okay, lumps, in your body, as well as cancer, these are things that do not just happen overnight. They build up after years and years and years of suppressing energy and vibration. So we really need to ask ourselves, what from childhood is still affecting me right now? Okay, super important. Inner child work, super, super important. The course that I'm releasing is all about inner child and releasing the third dimension and understanding what the third dimension is and our attachments are in order to hop into the fifth dimension. Okay, so the next thing I wrote down here is dig deep. Okay, once again, oh, I have a pain in my shoulder. Oh, this is weird. I must have pulled it vacuuming. No, you didn't pull it vacuuming, right? There was already this weakness that was in this side specifically, and it just came out, right? So it's all energy. You can justify it however you want, but you're not looking deep enough. So how do you release pains and aches and issues and inflammation and stuff like that in your body? You have to dig deep and realize that it's emotion, it's energy. Ask yourself where it's coming from, not from the vacuum. Ask yourself energetically and emotionally where it's coming from, okay? What else did I mention here? Okay, good. The other thing too is just like simply loving yourself, loving thoughts. So say, for example, right, there's a bag of chips and you love chips. Chips are like your thing, right? And you're like kind of like just chilling one night and you're kind of bored and you're watching TV and you're like, I'm going to eat some chips. So you end up eating like, a handful of chips, and then you end up eating half the bag of chips, and then you end up eating the whole bag of chips, okay? That's okay. I mean, it's not the best for you, but that's okay. You know what the worst part is? Is after the action of eating the bag of chips, you hate yourself for it, okay? That's the problem. The moment of eating the chips is come and gone. And if anything, you felt a lot of joy and a lot of excitement and a lot of whatever, fulfillment while eating those chips. That's fine. The action itself is okay, right? But afterwards, hating yourself and bringing yourself down to a lower vibrational frequency, that is what is destroying you. You are perpetuating self-harm and self-hate after eating the bag of chips, okay? So it's really important to have loving thoughts more often. And I want you all to ask yourselves, are my thoughts more loving or more, painful, like more like self-loathing, right? Are my thoughts towards myself more in the energy of fear or more in the energy of love? Okay, super important to check in with yourself about that. So more loving thoughts. Of course, past life work, right? As we mentioned, there's a lot of weird health things that come up in our lives, and it's all about past lifetimes. I even truly believe that accidents, like freak accidents, like falling off of a cliff or getting hit by a car or what have you, I believe that all of those are also very rooted in past lifetimes as well. So doing past life work is going to help you release the energy, just like that client of mine who had the headache, and then it released once we figured out where that was coming from through a past lifetime. Okay, what else? So the other thing too is empowerment and grounding. Really important for you to love yourself, to heal yourself, and to empower yourself in every single moment, and to ground yourself. Put yourself into your body in every single moment, and that's going to really help to heal your physical body as well. Okay. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go into some more tangible physical solutions to health complications. this is not the solution to everything. You know, I wish it was. Everyone is so individualistic, but I really asked my guides before writing this content down. I said, what does everyone who's watching need to know right now? What are the main things that people can do to help to heal and flow their energy in their body, okay? This may or may not work for you. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just trying to give some helpful tips, okay? Okay, great. So physical energy releases. So, of course, you know, diet and movement, I wrote down. I mean, you know, you have to be feeding your body the right things. We just talked about chips, right? You have to be feeding your body the right things in order to feel aligned and healthy, right? So diet is really important, and making the right choices, as well as movement. I mean, we have to be moving our body in order to release energy that's stuck in our body. I mean, a lot of us live a very sedentary lifestyle, including myself. It's important to get out there, have fun, and move your body. Okay. What else did I mention as well? Okay, the other thing too is just listening to your body. If you keep getting a neck pain and it's every time after you get off the phone with your mom, ask yourself, what am I not communicating? What am I not speaking up? You know, what is this really saying to me? So be aware that your body is talking to you at all moments. It's telling you what it needs to eat. It's telling you if it needs more water. It's telling you all of these things. And we're so distracted by life that we're not listening to our bodies, okay? Okay, what else do we have here? Meditation is really important, right? So quieting our mind, being with ourselves, getting away from distraction so that we can listen to ourselves more often is really important, okay? I believe that everyone has all of the tools that you need from within yourself. We all have those tools. So, but in this case, sometimes it's really good to seek out past life regression therapy, or to seek out an inner child worker, or to seek out a counselor or a life coach to really just communicate yourself and express and release. And then when you feel like you're strong enough, whenever that is, you separate yourself from that external help and you help yourself, because that's the most important part of this. I also mentioned acupuncture and trigger point therapy. Both of these will target the areas in your body, especially your back and your shoulders and all of that, that are the most painful. And by triggering and releasing that energy, it will no longer cause you issues later on, okay? Getting a Swedish massage is just putting a Band-Aid over the problem. It's not getting to the root of the problem, okay? Okay, I want to mention crystals. I'm going to be channeling that crystal next. Crystals are very powerful with healing and with helping your physical body. They are tools. Crystals are tools. And I really want all of you to really get into them because they are so powerful. Okay. I really needed to mention cannabis, marijuana, whether it's like medical or recreational or what have you. I really truly believe that cannabis and marijuana have been put on this planet by divine beings of light as a tool, just like I believe mushrooms and ayahuasca are a tool for us. Cannabis is a tool for us to heal our bodies. Cannabis, CBD, THC have been proven to decrease cancer cells. We don't need chemo. We need cannabis. And I'm not usually, you know, like a spokesperson for weed, but I really needed to mention it today because if you're very spiritual and yet you have never explored that path or that direction or that tool, I really recommend it. I mean, if you respect my opinion, then I really recommend that you explore medical marijuana or cannabis, or even CBD oil is really good. There's stuff out there that will not get you high, but it will take away your pain and heal your body, okay? Just do a little research, do a little, like there's many studies out there, but I recommend it. I endorse weed, cannabis, whatever, all the way, okay? Really powerful stuff, but of course, everything in moderation as anything else. Okay, awesome. Okay, the last thing I wanna mention, the best thing, one of the best things you can do to heal your bodies, like guaranteed best things you can do to heal your body, get rid of chemicals. Now I say this with I say this lightly because chemicals are everywhere, as everyone knows. They're in our water, they're in our air, they're in our food, and they are a part of the mass depopulation program that's happening on this planet. You know, take it or leave it. This is just what I've channeled. This is what I understand. This is what I believe to be true. But if you really want to give your body a chance to recoup and to reheal at the cellular level, you have to start getting rid of as many chemicals in your life as possible. I know organic food is freaking expensive, but it's completely worth it. Buy organic more often. Understand the dirty 30 and the clean 15, okay? If you don't know what that is, look it up. Buy organic more often. Get a fluoride-free filter with your water. Super important. It's worth the money. Get an air filter for your home. Super important. Worth the money. Okay. What else do I want to say? Like, that's about it. That's about all we can do. Okay. But please do the things that you need to do. Yeah, deodorant stones, right? Get rid of that, you know, products in your life, hair products, deodorant, face products. If all of you ladies want to know what kind of all natural, organic, vegan makeup I use, it is Tarte. Okay, you can get it at Sephora or whatever, and it's no chemicals. It's based on clay. So please keep in mind that there are chemical alternatives to everything. Get fluoride-free toothpaste. You know, it's going to be great. So please get rid of chemicals in your life, and all of a sudden you're decalcifying your pineal gland and you're healing your body simultaneously. Okay, get rid of chemicals in your life. I also want to mention one more thing. Someone mentioned it up here. Essential oils. Okay, super important. The one for pain that I recommend and I love the most is peppermint essential oil. The one for grounding is vetiver essential oil. So I recommend you getting both of them and exploring them as well. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go to, yes, let's just see what time we're at here. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to skip over the whole neutrality talk. You know, it's really amazing, but maybe I can fit that into next week's live because it's super powerful, but I'm going to leave that for now. And I am going to channel the interdimensional being that is sitting in my crystal. I'm sure half of you are like, yes, this is awesome. And then the other half of you are like, this girl is crazy. And that's okay. I mean, I've been called crazy my whole life. And if you're sitting there and like, you're really angry or you're frustrated or you're putting some hater comments in the comments, I just want to say, like, I love you. And I'm so happy that you especially have joined this beautiful live video. And I also want to mention that the reason why I'm triggering you is because there is a certain amount of truth that is resonating with you within your being. But I am switching your belief system. I am rattling up this reality that you've attached yourself to. I'm basically, you know, breaking the illusion for you, and it's bringing up a lot of fear and frustration and anger. So I wanted to say thank you for all of you who feel very angry towards me or this information or towards others on this chat. And I just want to say, like, thank you for participating and joining. Even though it's perceived as negative, I perceive it as positive because you made your way here right now listening to this. And that being said, I'm going to channel an 8th dimensional being that's sitting inside a crystal, and you can take it or leave it because I love you no matter what. Awesome. Okay, so just like I mentioned right at the beginning of this live video, I just bought this crystal. It basically called to me. It's one of the biggest crystals I've ever had. It's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. And right away, I heard the message that there is a being that is sitting in this crystal. Now, I've only ever heard of, well, actually, I can't say that, but higher vibrational beings are able to come into crystals. Some of you may have known this, some of you may not. Crystals have an 8th dimensional energy. And so with an 8th dimensional energy, what crystals can do is they can actually import, kind of like if this was a computer and we uploaded software to it. So not only can crystals hold information and energy, but crystals can also hold consciousness. And the most common consciousness that I tend to find in crystals are the Palladians. They are crystalline energy. So basically, there's a male Palladian who is sitting in this gigantic crystal. I am going to channel his energy and vibration. I'm going to see if I can get a name for him, and I'm going to see if he has a message for this group. And I am going to ask him if he wants to stay in this crystal, because I found this crystal with him already in it. I know that it's either divine synchronicity that I picked up this crystal and that he is here for me and us, or if he's like, no, I'm kind of done with being in this crystal. Can you get me out? I'll basically transport him out of the crystal. So bear with me. Let me just clear my energy, and let's just see what this crystal has to say. Okay. Interesting. Okay, beautiful. Okay, great. So right away when I closed my eyes, I saw this image of this giant, I call him giant because Palladians are quite large. I mean, for those of you who know, they do look very, very human. So he looks like a human man, but he is maybe 7.5 feet tall, huge, broad shoulders, very tall. And he's got kind of like a dark blonde hair and blue eyes. He's very soft. He's got very soft eyes. And so, I tap in and he's like, hello, Elizabeth. And I'm like, oh, hello. And I really wanted to call him a name, but I wasn't sure what his name was. So I basically, asked him, like, what is your name? He told me that his name was Mika, Meeka, Mika. And then I asked him if he wanted to be with me, if he wanted to be in this crystal, if he wanted to be with me in the crystal. And he said, yes, absolutely. He did validate for me that it was predestined, that he was in this crystal and that I picked this crystal up. 111 live viewers, so that's awesome. Gotta love that divine alignment. And so he told me that he was inside this crystal, that he was very happy to be a part of my life and very happy that he was going to basically give me information for humanity while he's existing in this beautiful crystal. And what else did he say? He has a message for everyone. It's less personal and more of an explanation, I would say. And the message that he has for everyone has to do with the power within crystals. And he told me that there are basically lifetimes upon lifetimes of ancient downloads that are contained within crystals, okay? And what the shamans used to do is take a giant crystal skull. If you've ever heard of crystal skulls, they would take a giant crystal skull and they would put their hand on top of it, and they would literally take all of their knowledge and wisdom and downloads from their lifetime, and they would put that knowledge and wisdom into the crystal. Because once again, crystals are like USB drives. They can basically absorb information and hold information for the next user. And so this Palladian being Mika tells me that that he's got information to share with me. If a lot of it felt very earthbound, because he's been in this crystal for quite some time, receiving earthbound information. And so he's sitting there. He's got lots of information to share with me. Let's see if he has any other messages for everyone who's watching right now. It's so funny. So he's like, he had this reaction of embarrassment, which is hilarious because, you would think that an 8th dimensional being doesn't really feel embarrassment, but he felt like he was put on the spot and that all these people are watching. So he's like, oh, I didn't really expect this. I did tell the crystal or him, that I was going to be channeling him in front of a lot of people today. But let's see if he has any divine messages for everyone. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. You can say goodbye to Mika, beautiful, beautiful being here. And his last message was Okay, two things. One of them was about crystals. He said everyone needs to have more crystals in their home because, once again, crystals have been around since the dawn of time. Crystals have been around on this planet, crystallizing, since before humans were ever human, right? So it's really important that we have more crystals in our life. It doesn't have to be a huge crystal, but, handheld crystals, they give us knowledge, truth, information, vibration, healing. Okay, so please keep in mind that more crystals. Oh yeah, and then Mika also had a message from the Palladians. He wanted to say that humans are doing really good work and that all of his Palladian family is around this planet Earth helping. So please, if you feel like you need some extra healing or extra guidance, the Palladians are going to be right there to help heal you. So whether you are cosmically, starly connected to the Pallades, you can call upon them anyway because they are here to help all of humanity, not just their family members. Okay, so keep that in mind. Call upon the Palladians. They are here. They are here for our healing and advancement spiritually. Okay. Okay, awesome. Once again, just quick announcements. Online school, I'm going to be doing a free draw right after these. Manifestation webinar, $44 Canadian. You can sign up this Sunday for that, which is awesome. And next week's live video is going to be epic. It's going to be so amazing. I am basically... it's going to be the most personal live video I've ever had, but it's going to be so powerful. So please stay tuned for next week's live at 5:55. Other than that, also stay tuned for this new school and course that I have released. And please, 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 YouTube, Facebook, share this video. This information needs to get out there. People, your friends, family members, people who are chronically suffering, people who are suffering with pain in their body, they need to know that there are solutions out there and there are reasons why this is happening to them, okay? Okay, great. So if you want to get into this, oh, we've got someone who just popped out. I'm going to put that to the side. It's literally just jumped out of the basket. So we'll see who that is. But if you want to be a part of this free webinar draw, please review me or recommend me on Facebook. Then you get 2 chances to be in this draw. Currently, I have over 200 names, which means that if your name is chosen, you are a pretty powerful manifester because you're manifesting a free ticket to a manifestation webinar. So there you go. Also, you can be anywhere in the world because my webinars are based via Skype. All right. Okay, so we've got our first winner here. I'll read the name, but let's see who else wants to come through. Okay, yes, I have a name. It feels right. Okay, and one more. I'm going to do 3 today, 3 winners. I'm feeling like people need more manifestation in their lives. Let's see who else wants to manifest their manifestation ticket. Let's see. Okay, this one feels right. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so drum roll. Let's see who we've got here. The first one, Bessie Kell. Bessie Kell, can you see that? No. No. Bessie Kell. Okay, great. Yes, YouTube can see that. Bessie Kell, congratulations. I will be contacting you for this Sunday. All right, second winner. Let's see. Michelle Davis. Okay, awesome, Michelle. Some pretty easy last names we've got here today. Let's see if I can no, you definitely cannot see that on Facebook, but YouTube can see that. Michelle Davies or Davis, thank you so much. I will be contacting you. And then the last winner for this week's live webinar is, oh, great, August Tan. I know who you are. Congratulations, August. I will be contacting you for this week's webinar, and those names will officially be pulled out of the draw, and hopefully new names come through. Once again, recommend me and review me on Facebook or on Google, and your name will be put into the draw. I love you all so much. Thank you for once again joining me on another epic live at 5:55. Have an amazing rest of your day. Have an amazing rest of your week. Hang in there. Things are starting to move. Things are starting to change. And I'm so excited to present all of that information for you next week.